But when they come from hell and they complain and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Unreasonable Clout Podcast. If you guys haven't checked out the Christmas video, Joe Biden versus Melania Trump, when it comes to the White House Christmas setup there's a lot of good reviews. Go check it out. Good reactions. It's on my YouTube page. But we're going to get right into it. As you can see behind me, we're still on the heads of these Somalis like these head wraps, man. They stink. Trump will tell you so. They suck. Their country. They want to say it's paradise, but how come they don't want to go back if America is such a shitty country, in their words? But they got a new narrative that they're trying to spin on us, and the left is trying to run with it with the likes of Ilhan Omar. So we are going to get in a clip. We got a bunch of clips we're going to react to, but we'll check it out in a minute. There's a new narrative, man. New narrative is the left is trying to push, is the blaming of the government for not setting up policies and barriers so Somalis don't commit the fraud that they've been doing in Minnesota, governed by Tim Walz under his nose, and the constituents of Ilhan Omar. They're committing all these fraud, housing fraud, welfare fraud, and we found out a couple episodes ago, the autism fraud. They're actually misdiagnosing their kids with autism, and they're funneling this money to Al-Shabaab. Like I want to sound repetitive so you get through your head, get it through your freaking skulls that the Somalis do not care about this country. They don't care about you. They don't care about us. I don't care what they say. If they try to claim that they're American citizens, 50% of their visas are fraudulent anyway. And a lot of them are overstaying their visas, so they need to get the hell out like yesterday. So that narrative that I was telling you about, they're trying to run with, we'll get into that in a minute. And there's a lot of other things that are going on with it. But right now, we're actually going to show a clip from MS Now, which is MSNBC now, I guess. I don't know. Trying to rebrand themselves as Ilhan Omar when she talks about a Trump obsession. Let's go ahead and we're going to check this out right now. Let's get into it.
The president has always had very bigoted, xenophobic, Islamophobic comments when it comes to, people who are of Muslim faith or people who are black. We've seen him call African nations as shitholes, and so it's not really surprising. But what is weird to me is just how creepy he's been obsessed with me and the Somali community. I mean, the Somali community is very resilient. We're very strong. We are not going to be
sounds like you guys are intimidated, honestly.
And I think
all this crybaby stuff they're crying about, it sounds like, just like how she's saying, we're going to be strong and blah, blah, blah. No, you guys are some crybabies, dude. Go back to your country.
We are seeing just an outpouring of support from our Minnesota neighbors. And so I just know that this is not going to cause...
We'll get into that clip in a minute. But she wants to say that that Trump has a creepy obsession over her, but she's not really talking about the creepy obsession. It's not really too creepy that she married her brother and all that. We're going to get into that in a minute. But yeah, she married her brother so her brother could get some school papers. And we'll get into that in a minute. So you want to hear, we're going to see Trump's reaction to it actually right now.
And when I see somebody like Ilhan Omar,
Gohan Omar.
I always watch her for years. I've watched her complain about our Constitution, how she's being treated badly. Our Constitution, the United States of America, is a bad place.
We'll get into that clip in a minute, man. But yeah, so let's read some things, man, when it comes to Ilhan Omar. You know what? We'll get into that in a minute. Let's check this out right here. There's a guy that his name is Jamal Osman. Now, this guy, I don't know if you remember you probably see him in the background right here, little weird headed dude named Omar Fateh. Well, this is a similar story because you know how his wife got into, we'll get into that in a minute. Let's check this clip out though. This is Jamal Osman. He's a council member in Minneapolis.
Growth in this state, they have contributed a lot to the state of Minnesota and the city of Minneapolis. And yes, folks have done, horrible things, and people have committed crimes, but we should not be pointing the entire community in one brush and being singled out as fellow Americans. There's a justice, there's a process of due process.
It's really hard for me to even listen to people like this because there's just so much fraud. All right, this guy, he wants to talk about, don't put all the blame of a few bad Somalis onto the whole community. Well, this guy got some nerve to talk. He actually forgets that his wife was part of urban, what was it called? Let's see what it's called, man. His wife was actually a part of something that was called, where's it at? Man, you know, I got notes, man. I've been studying. All right, yeah, Jamal Osman. Yeah, he must have forgot that his wife's nonprofit is one of the organizations linked to Feeding Our Future. Now, Feeding Our Future was the main organization that funneled a lot of these fraudulent funds that were going to these terrorist groups. Al-Shabaab, who's close allies to Al-Qaeda in Somalia. So Feeding Our Future was this organization that had hundreds of other nonprofit organizations, smaller ones, involved in these fraudulent schemes. So his wife actually ran a nonprofit called Urban Advantage Services. And this nonprofit, actually public records show that Urban Advantage Services was a fraudulent shell company that received about $460,000 to $461,000 during the pandemic. So this guy wants to talk about what's don't blame a few bad Somalis on the whole bunch, pretty much the whole Somali community. Well, he's actually part of the bad people. Him and his wife, along with Omar Fateh, who they were doing the I believe it was either the medical or the affordable housing fraud. Omar Fateh and his wife. Now, this person right here, this disgrace of a freaking supposed citizen here, council member Jamal Osman, he's actually part of these despicable Somalians that he wants to say we shouldn't blame for the whole community, while him and his wife are a part of that. And also, they were forced to shut down, court records show they were forced to shut it down, actually. And before they did that, they actually signed off this, they pretty much gave ownership of this other group to, I forgot the name of that, but let's see if I got it actually. Yeah, Minnesota Attorney General ordered Urban Advantage Services to shut down due to fraudulent activities. Jamal Osman and his wife, Elo, Amba, well, you got Elon, Elo, Omar, Osman, Jamal, stupid names. They signed over another organization called Stigma Free International, which after he signed it over to new people, those people were also accused, not just accused, but actually some people were charged for diverging and disguising federal child nutrition funds. And this was a lot of money, man. I think it was close to the ups of $14 million or something. While we know there's over $1 billion now that have been found in fraudulent funds through the Somali community specifically. Now, this is crazy because we're all paying for this. So him and his wife are actually part of the problem that they're saying that we are blaming on the whole Somali community. So he needs to shut his damn mouth up, plain and simple. And, let's go play this on the Facebook of Ryan Fortner. Let's check this out. This is the mayor of Minneapolis.
He's wrong, and we want them here. Somali people have been an extraordinary benefit. I'll say it again. Somali people have been a benefit to our city.
Now he's referring to, he's actually responding to Trump, what Trump said in the cabinet meeting. I'm not sure if we have a clip of that. We'll find out later. I doubt it. But where Trump is calling, of course, we have a clip of Trump speaking, but we don't have his response to the mayor right here. So this is his response to Trump.
For longer than I have been in our city. They have started businesses and created jobs.
Fraudulent.
They have added to the cultural fabric of what Minneapolis is. They were welcoming to me when I first came out to Minneapolis. In fact, they were one of the first groups that I myself got to know. You know,
man, let's rewind it to the beginning.
An entire group is ridiculous under any circumstances.
So he's saying we want them here, like we as a nation want them here, because I sure don't. I know you guys don't. And with this, the next election, this guy, I know he just won for re-election, but God, I put this on everything I love. That whole state's gonna vote him out, man. Next freaking because there's so much fraud. There's so much fraud, waste, and abuse that this state, that's coming from just this state specifically. Now, we're not talking about Afghans. We're talking about specifically Somalis, which is about 80,000 of them there specifically in Minnesota, which is ran by Tim Walz. Let's see. What else do we got, man? Let's go to another clip. We'll react to another clip here. All right, so we're going to go, let's see. We'll talk about this clip right here. This clip is actually going to be Ilhan Omar talking about Trump.
Comments from the president is Congresswoman Ilhan Omar of Minnesota. She came to the U.S. from Somalia as a child and became an American citizen about 25 years ago.
She's going to talk about, she's going to respond to Trump.
Thank you for being with us. The president attacked you personally yesterday, and I want to play more of what he said.
Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are
garbage. Straight garbage.
These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain.
Congresswoman, how do you respond?
Let's listen to her response.
Well, thank you, Anna, for having me. I would say the president's obsession with me and the Somali community is really unhealthy. It's creepy. And I hope that he gets the help that he needs. It sounds like he is trying to deflect from the failures that he's had as president. His immigration rates are not going in the way.
I can't listen to this woman too long. She's just super annoying. She's super annoying. I want to go to this other clip right here. She was prepared for this. You can tell she's wearing the same thing, so all these interviews were all in one. We're going to get straight into what John Tapper had to ask her.
Is a legitimate answer or not?
First of all, federal prosecutors say 59 people have been investigated in these schemes so far. Americans at large stole tens of billions of forms of aid during the pandemic all over the country. Minnesota's fraud scandal stands out, according to federal auditors. What are you hearing from investigators right now?
Listen to her excuse.
Well, I've been following the cases closely as they've gone through the courts, and we know that there are more indictments possibly coming. I think that number might go up to
it's increasing.
73 is what I'm hearing.
Okay. Can you shed any light on why
Look, she's so nervous. She hasn't prepared
so
answer.
out of control in Minnesota?
I think what happened is that, you know, when you have these kind of new programs that are designed to help people, you're oftentimes relying on third parties to be able to facilitate. And I just think that a lot of the COVID programs that were set up they were set up so quickly that a lot of the guardrails did not get created.
One more. She's stupid times three. She's stupid times three. So she's trying to blame the government, whether it's state, whether it's federal. When this pandemic, they rushed out the jab to the arm. And she's trying to blame the government for not putting up these boundaries and policies to prevent Somalis from committing all this fraud. So she's trying to put it on the government. I'm putting it to myself. I'm not part of government, but I'm a citizen of this country. And for sure, she's going to steal money from us. It's a no-no, especially coming from me. And it should be a no-no coming from you too as well. So she's trying to flip the narrative on us. A lot of people in the media from the left are actually trying to run with this. It's a stupid take. So there's only a couple of them, mostly in Minnesota right there. And we're going to do another video too, separately. Probably put it out tomorrow about, I got to finish my research and studies on it, about Tim Walz actually getting federally investigated. I thought I was about to say federally indicted, but that's soon to come. I pray to God, man, because this guy is evil and he has no oversight whatsoever. Tampon Tim, he's freaking crazy. Look at this guy, man. That's the mayor. We just seen the mayor, right? And even with him, he's sucking up to the Somali community like crazy, man. Like I can't even understand what's going through his head, because his pockets are getting lined too as well. And and with the same stuff that Ilhan Omar said, it's the same old racist stuff, playing the race card, bigot, blah blah blah. That's the first thing that they go to when they hear the truth, and they think that that's something nowadays that just shuts people down now and stops them from asking further questions. Hell no, we're tired of that, man. Pull the race card. You pull the race card, we're snatching it from you, crumbling it, throwing it on the floor, spitting on it, and stomping it. Nowadays, man, people like me especially, because I'm not gonna go for that stuff, man. Let's see if we got another clip. Actually, you know what? When it comes to Ilhan Omar marrying her brother, let's look at some of the facts. When they say, or not some of the facts, let's look at some of the allegations. We'll say that, because I'll be honest with you, nothing is proven, because she's hiding a lot, So let's see. So Ilhan Omar religiously, not legally, married Ahmed Hersi in 2002 with 2 kids. That's her baby daddy. And then after the 2 kids, she separated in 2008. Then she married in 2009 Ahmed Elmi. So we're gonna call her first baby daddy Hersi, and then her brother Ahmed Elmi, we'll call him Elmi. That's supposedly her biological brother. So she married him legally back in 2009. And you need to be 3 years married so you could get your green card, your papers and stuff. 2009, she married her supposed brother, who's rumored to be her biological brother. She broke up with her brother around 2011. She was still legally married to him, though. And she had a 3rd child with Hersi, which is her baby daddy, in 2012, while still being married to her brother. Then that was in 2012, she had her 3rd child. And then she legally divorced her alleged brother in 2017, just to marry her baby daddy, Hersi, to divorce him shortly after. Now she's married to some white dude, I believe, or Jewish. I don't freaking know nowadays. But the brother allegations stem from circumstantial evidence, such as overlapping addresses. All 3 of them lived with each other at some point. I don't know what type of love trifecta triangle they had going on. It's wild to me. And that's something that, my bad, that's something that really trips me out, And also, so yeah, overlapping addresses, social media posts, which is her brother husband holding her 3rd child, calling him her niece or something like that. One of the kids holding her, the girl, calling her his niece. That's been scrubbed off the face of the internet. I could not find that anywhere. Also, that was social media posts and statements from her friends. So they have a mutual friend between the three of them that was real close to them that actually put out that he was her brother. That the friend said and confirmed that Ahmed Elmi was her biological brother, and that she said she was going to try to get him some papers, get his paperwork up. So let's go to this. Let's go to this report right here by the India Times. An old rumor that Rep. Ilhan Omar married her brother and committed immigration fraud resurfaced as a report claimed it is not anymore a rumor. A personal friend has now confirmed on record that she indeed married her brother. According to the UK Daily Mail, sources confirmed that Omar told her friends that her second husband was actually her brother and that the marriage was a scam to get him immigration papers. One of these friends told the newspaper that when the apparent marriage happened, it was considered a major scandal in Minneapolis, Somali community. At the time, Democrat leader was not a political figure. Stupid. That's just like some weirdo stuff, honestly. Let's go back. 2019, the Star Tribune has published the most detailed evidence-based reporting. In 2002, Omar, then 19, religiously married. You know what? I just broke it down for you guys. Let's go see what Trump had to say about it. For years, critics of Ilhan Omar, Democrat of Minnesota, have raised questions about her marriages and made an explosive claim that she married her brother. As Omar has become a frequent target of attacks by President Donald Trump, allies of the president have only ramped up her criticism of the Congresswoman, who is a refugee and is now a naturalized U.S. citizen of Somali descent. Trump himself mentioned the allegation that Omar had married her brother on July 17th. Talking to reporters before boarding Marine One, Trump said, "There's a lot of talk about the fact that she was married to her brother. I know nothing about it." Several media outlets, including the Associated Press and her hometown paper, the Minneapolis Star Tribune, have delved into this question and Omar's personal history. And the Star Tribune on June 23rd, 2019, wrote that it could neither conclusively confirm nor rebut the allegation that he was Omar's sibling. And this is something, obviously, because things have been scrubbed off the internet. Now, I'm not saying this is fact or it's fake, but there's some suspicion going on there, you know. And she also had some I wouldn't say tax fraud, but she filed her taxes weirdly. We'll get into that in another video. So I want you guys to comment below. What do you guys think about this whole Ilhan Omar brother situation? And especially with Trump's comments too, as well, calling the country of Somalia stinky, pretty much in anarchy. They have no type of structure, and talking about they complain and talking about that they complain and they bitch a lot. I want you guys to comment below on what you guys think about this whole situation. When it comes to Ilhan Omar and marrying her brother, supposedly, and with the fraud that's still going on in the Somali community in Minnesota, which is being ran by Tampon Tim Walz, and also with the mayor, whatever his stupid name is, you've seen him in the background. I want you guys to comment below what you guys think about this whole situation, especially Trump's comments talking about Somalia. It stinks and these people are trash, which, I mean, I agree. And their whole country is in anarchy. They try to say that that Somalia is a paradise. Well, go back to paradise if you guys don't like America. See, the thing is, they're ripping off this country. They're ripping you off. They're ripping me off. And I don't want to stand for it too long. We got to start calling these people out. Now, we're going to do a separate video after I finish my research and my studies about Tim Walz and this investigation that he's facing. So until next time, thank you guys for the support, and God bless you guys.